This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Thursday, November 16th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. Taylor University on Wednesday released its campus master plan, outlining more than $100 million in capital projects on the Upland campus. The university said the investments are focusing on 5 core areas: academic buildings, dining facilities, residence life, hospitality, and co-curricular investments. Approximately $70 million in projects are already in progress, such as the $25 million Horn Academic Center, construction for which began in September 2022. You can connect to the full plan at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. The Indiana Farm Bureau's annual Thanksgiving Market Basket Survey says a Thanksgiving dinner for 10 people will cost an average of $54.64, down about 10% from last year and about 11% lower than the U.S. average price. The decrease is being primarily driven by the lower cost of turkeys, according to Purdue University Professor of Agricultural Economics, Joseph Balaktis.
Turkey prices were really high last year, and that was caused in large part by avian influenza that decimated turkey production. As turkey production in the country has recovered from avian influenza, we've seen turkey production up and prices down.
The total market basket price includes a 16-pound turkey, stuffing, sweet potatoes, rolls, peas, a carrot and celery veggie tray, whole milk, cranberries, whipping cream, ingredients for pumpkin pie, and miscellaneous baking items. A record number of 4,400 prospective students applied for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology by its early action deadline of November 1st for fall 2024, the school announced Wednesday. The number is a 20% increase from last year and a 50% jump from 3 years ago. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to Engage Central Indiana, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. You won't want to miss our fireside chat with Governor Holcomb and the Michael A. Carroll Award presentation to Mitch Daniels. Plus, we'll dive into the important issues shaping the region's economy. It's December 6th at the JW Marriott in downtown Indy. RSVP at ibj.com/engage.
A record number of Indiana students are using Indiana's Near Universal Voucher program to attend private schools this year. IIB's Kate Sharon has more.
The Indiana Department of Education approved 69,271 choice scholarship applications during the first round of the program for the 2023-24 school year, as first reported by State Affairs. That's a roughly 30% increase from the total number of applications, 53,262 approved for the 2022-23 school year. This year's number is also likely to rise after the second application period, which closes in January. The growth comes after state lawmakers broadened eligibility for the program during the last legislative session to make it available to most Indiana families. Legislators raised the income threshold to 400% of the federal poverty threshold and removed other requirements like having a sibling who received a choice scholarship or attending an F-rated school. Proponents of choice scholarships have celebrated the expanded access to the program because they say parents should have more flexibility to choose a school for their children. Opponents, meanwhile, have raised transparency issues and argue that the expansion would effectively increase government benefits for wealthy families, some of whom already send their children to private schools. The total amount spent on the first round of scholarships this year was not immediately available. Kate Sharon, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
A new report from Code.org, the Computer Science Teachers Association, and the Expanding Computing Education Pathways Alliance names Indiana as a top state for computer science education. State officials last week presented the report, which places Indiana as 6th in the nation for access to high school-level computer science courses, with 91% of the state's public high schools offering a foundational course. That's far above the national average of 57.5%. The Indiana Department of Education says the state has invested more than $18 million in computer science since 2018. Carmel filmmaker Ashton Gleckman is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.